Hello, hello, hello. It is me, Marlene Nicole, your dating and relationship coach for single African American women who are designed and desire to be a wife. I am supporting them and getting to a supportive, stable, and safe relationship. I'm always looking to connect with single African American women who are ready. I mean, ready, like for real, I'm ready to live their life with their best friend and lover. Who do you know that's ready to attract, connect, and start building healthy relationships? I am so excited. We are about to get started at Love at Lunch at 11 o'clock. I'm a minute early, but that's okay. I'm going to let those who can join and watch me live. And for the rest of you, please watch the replay. And if you have not already, please join my Love Me Right family. We are building, we are growing, we are connecting and supporting each other. So join me at lovemeright.net if you have not already joined the family. And when you join, I have a special training for you that will help release one of the blocks in your life of why am I single and what's going on in my relationships. So if you have not, come on, we're growing, we're building. Hey, Deneen. And we're just changing our lives, our mindsets, our removing blocks. And my women know that, hey, I try my best to live what I teach, and I'm growing too. So all these lives that I'm doing when I'm coaching my women, I'm also going through it, checking myself, checking my attitude, figuring out, why did I say that? Why did I do that? So I am always coaching myself. Plus, I have several different coaches, business and personal coaches. And so I'm growing as well. So come grow with me. Let's grow together. I have not arrived yet. I can say that I am not a perfect wife. I do not have a perfect marriage, although perfection is unique into itself. So I may be perfect and I may have a perfect life and be a perfect wife, right? Because perfection is unique into itself. I'm working to enjoy the journey, just on the journey of life and love, just like all of you. So again, come join my family. And for those who are just signing on, I am Marlena Coach. I am a dating coach for single African American women, helping us attract, connect, and build healthy relationships with our life partner and best friend in less the time, right? We sometimes are on this journey 10, 15 years of being single and can't connect and attract. And I come along, support you, and walk side of you with my Love Me Right framework to help it happen quicker. Today's topic is, drum roll, men, we need you. So do me a favor. If you have some men, I know you do, tag them, share it with them. I hope they can watch the replay or jump on live, because I really want to have a fun yet serious conversation with our men. Ladies, I hope you're listening too, because I'm in an industry that's really growing. Dating coaching has been around for years. Having a dating coach has been around for years. I don't believe that African Americans have been exposed to having a dating coach, matchmaking, things like that, because of probably a lot of things. The internet was not around, right? And then we had a stigma in the community that if you needed any type of therapy, you must be crazy, right? But as we grow and mature and learn more and develop our interpersonal skills and remove all these limiting blocks, and we realize that therapy is not that you're mentally crazy, and even if you are, that's okay. If you have a chemical imbalance, not that you're crazy, that's okay. Therapy helps, right? It helps you live a better, happier life. And so coaching has been kind of a mystery to the African American community. And so in that, it's booming now, right? And there's a lot of advice from professionals, non-professionals. Everybody's giving advice to the women. Women do this for men, women do that for men. And it's a lot of it, some of it is good advice, right? And some of it is really I think it's unintentional, right? I think it's pitting men against the women, especially in the African American, not just in our African American community, because even our Caucasian brothers and sisters who are teaching this, sometimes it appears that they're pitting the men against the women. Oh, if he's not doing that, do this. And they're teaching a lot of manipulation tactics. But there is a really serious, I believe, serious, but my husband tell me sometimes I can be a drama queen. So maybe it's serious to me and not that serious. But I think there's a serious disconnect between men and women. For one, we're just different, right? We're just, so that's a disconnect because men and women think different. We are different, and that's okay. Please share this for those who are jumping on. Welcome, welcome. And please share, tag some of the men in. Love for this to go viral because I want to come and start healing this disconnect, start bringing us closer together, especially as African Americans. We need our men. Men need us. And so I was listening, as you all probably know, Aretha Franklin passed away. I can't see when you join, so type in hello to me so I can say hi. Let me see if my new software allows me to. But anyway, say hi when you join. Make sure you tag and share this for some men. So as we all know, Aretha Franklin passed away the other day, and they were doing tributes to her on the radio. And I listened to the song. Hopefully I'm not stuck. This makes me look like I'm stuck. What was the song? It was saying about men, about women, telling men that, hey, I'm not a plaything. I can't think of the name of it. If you want to do right woman, you have to be a do right man. And it just had me thinking, I'm like, you know what? It's time to have this conversation. Denise, can you hear me? Let me know because it looks like on my screen that I'm stuck. And so I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to have this conversation for a while. But I think it's time now. I really do. I think it's time to have this conversation to start the conversation about men and women. Okay, good. Thank you. And just really start healing, right? We are different, right? And it's been a lot that's been happening throughout in our communities, right? And so for years, for many, many years, they have taken the men away from the home. And I get that, I understand that. And there's nothing we can do about that. So a lot of our men, a lot of us in the African-American community, thank God, not me, fortunate, I had a father in the home, but a lot of us didn't have fathers in the home or didn't have healthy fathers in the home, or you did have a father in the home, but we weren't taught how to connect and build relationships with each other. Even though my parents had it, I don't know how they did it. They didn't talk about their relationship, right? They didn't really, back then when they argue, you go outside and play, right? So we didn't know what they argued about or how they made back up, how they stayed together. And then a lot of the women were taught, and I was too, even though I came up with married my parents were married, to talk, don't look any further than the end of my wrist for help, to be independent, to get my education, to take care of myself, right? Not to let someone else bring me down. And so I have this very strong personality. I know I've grown to know that I don't want to be independent in the sense of I don't have someone there supporting me, someone there to love me and for me to love them as well. And I'm going to turn my ding off, is distracting me, so I just want to come and have a healing conversation with the men, and hopefully this goes viral and that we can get some good, positive, in the right direction conversation going on. So I just want to acknowledge to our men that I know that it is difficult and extremely difficult when we have so many African-American women with PhDs and master's degrees, buying their own homes, driving their own Benzes, and having the attitude and I don't need a man, right? I understand that, right? I don't need you. And I understand how that can hurt and make you feel lost of, well, then what should I be doing, right? Because you were brought up and innately you're to provide and protect, right? You're taught to provide and to protect. And then when you can't provide and you can't protect, then you lose your sense of purpose. And then you are either messing around with a whole bunch of different women, right? Not trying to find your place, or you're just off to yourself, like, hey, I don't have time to deal with this. I'm trying to build my money up. I'm trying to build a life up. And so I just want to acknowledge that it can be difficult. And I know it has been difficult, and that you've been taught to provide and protect. And that looks different now because women can provide for themselves financially. But I want to encourage you and let you know, and I can't speak for all women, of course, but I can speak for my Love Me Right tribe, that, and for myself, and that we need you. We need you. We need you every day. And more, we do need you to provide and protect. And even though we're making our own money, even though we buy our own homes, we still need you to walk alongside of us, and be there for us, because your presence, far as the protect part, your presence bring in a whole different energy and atmosphere when you walk in the room. When a man walk in the room, it's different, a different energy that enters the room than when a woman enters the room. And so we feel safer with you physically. We do. When we're downtown, wherever city you at, most downtowns are kind of rough, and you're with us, we feel safer. I sleep better at night versus when I was single versus now that I'm married, because I know I have my husband. I know he's not Superman and he can't stop a bullet with his teeth, but I know that the very fact that people who are thinking about, or maybe thinking about doing something, when they see my husband walk in, they probably think second, like, wait a minute, this big black man just walked in. Is he strapped? Can he, it's different. So we need your protective energy, right? And I know that sometimes we can't express that because we're hurt. And so then we say, well, I don't need you, because then we're hurt and we're afraid to be vulnerable. But I also want to give you a few tips too, guys, that we not only need you to provide and protect for us, even though we're making our own money, but we also more so need you to cultivate us, to help cultivate us emotionally and mentally, because we're hurt. We don't know even how to make room for you in our lives, because we've been taught how to be so independent and so self-efficient. And we've been hurt time and time again when we've opened up and we've been let down. So we need you to cultivate us. We need you to love on us. We need you to be tender with us. And that's all part of providing and protecting us. Okay. So I want to first, before I tell you what the women need, I want to give some benefits, right? What's in it for you, men? What is the benefit to men? What's the benefit to men to settle down and get married and focus in on providing, protecting, and cultivating for that one woman? What's the benefit to you, right? Why would I give up all this booty? Right? Why would I give up all this booty for one woman? I know what you're asking yourself. I talk to men all the time, and my husband, right? Why give up all this booty? Why give up my freedom? Why give up my autonomy for this one woman, Marlena? Right? Why do that? Well, here's some statistics that are true about men who are married, men who are in committed relationships, men who focus their time and energy on one woman, one building something with her. Most of those men who do that, most millionaires are married. And I know most men love The Millionaire Next Door, The Millionaire Mindset. They love these books, and I read not a lot, but I read some of those books, and I've read The Millionaire Mindset, The Millionaire Next Door, some of those books to understand what men are doing personal development on. And you know that most of those men are millionaires. Most millionaires are married, and I'm not talking about the Hollywood millionaires. A lot of them who are very successful and have been stable in their life and relationship, they're not in the news a lot with scandals and women and babies all over the place, like Denzel, right? They are married and have been married to the same woman 30 years. Look at LeBron. He's young, and you don't see any drama around him, right? You don't see any drama. He's doing big things. He's building schools and in the neighborhood, because his time and energy is focused on that one woman. And I'm telling you, women, we are a handful. We're like a garden. We're like a garden that's unattended. We are like a garden. And if anybody has ever seen a garden neglected requires more effort. And so when we're out here hurting each other, right? The men are hurting the women are hurting the men. Women become like a neglected garden and we require more effort. Doesn't matter if you were the one who hurt her or not. Maybe your first time meeting her, but then she's been hurt and disappointed in the past and rejected in the past, and she's like a neglected garden. So men, when you are out here, and I'm not judging, right? But when you're out here and you're not being authentic, you're not being fully truthful, you're jumping from woman to woman, you're leaving broken hearts all over the place. You're making it harder for yourself because then you're leaving with, not that you did it, but your brother did it, are leaving women like neglected gardens, and we then require more effort. Instead of getting together whole, healed, and moving forward to accomplish whatever goal you're trying to accomplish together, you make it harder for yourselves. Okay, so what I'm saying is that we need you. We need you to get ready. We need you to be ready, not get ready, just be ready to build a life with us, with the right person, right? With a woman who's kind and loving and supportive and who will lift you up and rub your feet. And when you come home, she can have a smile on her face saying, how was your day? Can I get you some water? What do you need? Somebody, yes, I want you to have that too. Women want that, but men want that too, ladies, right? They want somebody kind and loving and somebody who, when they fail, when they don't misstep, who don't blame them, right? Who know that Superman is really Clark Kent, right? And so men, when you spread your time, money, and energy all over the place, you're not as successful as soon as you can be. So when you're jumping from Sue house to Becky house to Shanana house to Terry house, and you're lying and you're line after line, and you have to tell another lie to build another lie, your time, money, and energy is not going to success. And where your time, money, and energy go equals success. And excuse me, I got a cough. Excuse me. So where you put your time, your money, and your energy, it becomes successful. But because your time, money, and energy is being spread all over the city, right? With all these different women, you're not able to be as successful as you can be. And I believe we were built in twos. I think we were built in pairs, right? It's like that Will Smith movie when he was a superhero. I can't think of the name of it. And they were built in pairs. They were like these superheroes built in pairs. And when we can put our time and bring our money and our energy to the table together, then we can be successful. So this is the benefit for men to settle down, to not get ready, but be ready. And married men live longer. They do. Married men live longer. Statistics show that married men live longer, healthier lives. They actually have more sex, better sex than single men because again, single men are stuck out here with all this neglected garden of women, right? It may look glamorous. It may look nice, right? You know, in the barbershop, I go to the barbershop and it's amazing the conversation men have in there. It's like, dude, you're dealing with the neglected garden and you think it's cute. You know, she's, showing these pictures of this bad chick, right? That you're dating and this other bad chick that's texting you, but your time, money, and energy is not going on helping make you successful. And then you're not living as long, right? Because you're dealing with all this unattended garden and you're working harder for something that you can have cultivated and time and energy to success with, right? So married men live longer. That's why in our church, we have women who are 100 years old, 98. I think probably the oldest man in our church of 25, well, we got like 5,000 people, is probably like 78 or 80, right? Married men live longer because you're putting your time and energy into this one person. Okay, hopefully this is helping. I'm not seeing many comments, but if you watch the replay, please comment. Let me know if I'm on point, if I'm helping men, because we need you. That's the topic of today. We need you. For those who are joining, I am Werlina Cole. I am a dating coach for single African-American women, helping them attract, connect, and build healthy relationships and quicker, sooner, faster. And this is Love at Lunch. And we are talking to men and women today, but especially men. So if you're joining, tag some men, share it with them. We need men. That's the topic today. Men, we need you. And then another thing, men, a benefit to you to settle down, to be honest, to not get ready, but be ready, find that person, right? Cultivate that relationship, is reaping and sowing is a universal truth. It's something that can't be changed. We reap what we sow. And it may not come back the same way that we sowed it. When you plant a seed in the ground, it doesn't grow up as a seed. It grows up with whatever a cornfield, right? Or apple tree, right? It doesn't grow back the same thing. So you reap what you sow, regardless to whether you believe this as universal truth or not. It still is, right? And so when you're reaping heartache, lies, pain, rejection, not to say you can't honor yourself and not deal with the person, but just be honest and say, hey, you know what? I'm not in this space, right? And don't have sex with her. If you're not ready to commit to her, don't have sex with her, because women receive sex differently. And so when you're out here reaping heartache and pain, you're going to sow that in your life. And it may not look like heartache and pain to you, but it's going to come back to you, because it's a universal truth that we reap what we sow. So fellas, we want to make sure that we are sowing good seeds, that we're being honest and in integrity, and that we are not sleeping around with women because we can. We being you, right? I always say we, but we being you, because then you're going to reap what you sow, and it's going to come back as something different. And then just like we've been talking about blocks in our lives, if you're not as successful as you want to be in whatever area of your life, it could be this reaping and sowing. It could be that your time and energy and money is being spread too thin with all these different women. It could be that you're having sex with all these different women and leaving your energy there, and then you don't have enough energy, time, and money to put into making your life successful, to putting into your health. Because guess what? I just mentioned women, we're like, when we have been hurt and rejected over and over and lied to and cheated on, we become like a neglected garden, and a neglected garden needs a lot of work to get it back together. Is this making sense? Talk back to me. Even though I tell you talk back to me, then I get distracted with the comments. But I'll read them afterwards. So another benefit to men to really settle down, find that right one, cultivate her, provide for her, protect for her in whatever way that looks right to your relationship, is cheaper insurance. My husband, when we got married, his insurance, his car insurance went down like by $100-some. He was like, oh my God, my insurance went down by this. All because he got married. Because guess what the insurance companies know? The insurance companies know that we are better together. And that when a man and a woman get married, that they're going to be taking care of themselves better. And that man is probably going to slow down. Thank you, Deneen. That man is probably going to slow down when he's driving. He's going to be more careful. He's probably not going to be up and down the highway chasing all these women. So he's going to probably drive less. It's cheaper insurance to settle down and get married. These are all benefits, men. I know you think you're losing some by letting go of all this booty, but you're really not. You're gaining. You're gaining your health. You're gaining success. You're gaining money. Right? You're keeping more money, you're saving more money because your insurance was cheaper. And you pay less taxes. As a married couple, you pay less taxes. You pay more taxes when you're single, right? And so this is a benefit to my men for settling down, for being ready, for being honest, for living in integrity, right? Because when we don't, what you're dealing with and why you're probably potentially so tired when you get home from dealing with these women, from all these phone calls and them texting, come over, and you feel torn and like, oh my God, and you're just ignoring them and thinking that's going to make it go away. It's because you're dealing with women who are like neglected gardens and requires more effort. And your time, money, and energy is precious, and it should be going to help and make your life successful for your family. So men, what I'm talking about today is that we need you. We need you to not get ready, but to be ready. We need you to cultivate us, right? Provide and protect. I know it can be difficult with our strong, I can do it myself, women personalities, but underneath that, we need you. We need you to provide and protect for us. Even if we can financially provide for ourselves. We need you to emotionally come along and walk side us and provide us with that emotional support that no other person can give us. There's nothing like having an understanding that you have your man's heart that does something for us, that heals us. So when we're talking about providing and protecting, I know back in the day, your father, or uncle, or what we see on TV was all about, the men go out, slay the dragon, buy the bacon, the woman come home and slice it up and fry it and fix his plate. And now providing and protecting look a little bit different because the woman is going out buying the bacon and slaying some dragons. But if we're both out slaying the dragons, right? If we're both providing for the family, we just have more, right? More for our children, more for our great-grandchildren, more of a legacy to live, more to travel with, more to enjoy with, more tools. Money is nothing but a tool. Love is nothing but a tool that helps cultivate our lives. So men, when we're talking about providing and protecting, don't look at it just that traditional way of the woman stayed home. Broaden your perspective. Remove those limiting blocks that it means just this. That's what it meant for our parents and our grandparents. But for us, it means something different because nowadays you need two incomes a lot of times, right? We need two incomes. So providing and protecting means more than what it traditionally meant. And then emotional. We need you all to be emotionally healed as well. Right? Men get hurt. Men have emotions. Sometimes we feel like men don't, but they have the same similar hormones that cause pain and emotion that they feel just like we do. So we not only need you to be emotionally healed, we also, when you're emotionally healed, we are then emotionally healed. So providing and protecting includes cultivating. It includes emotional support and stability and healing and wholeness. It includes mental healness and wholeness, right? We want to be able to have a great conversation with you, not just have sex and watch TV, right? We want to talk about things that are happening in the world, things that are happening in our lives, how we get to the next level. So we need stimulating conversation. And I know you do as well, right? We need equal partners. So we're not a plaything. Right? We have a heart and mind and soul just like you do. We have a purpose on our lives just like you do. And so we want to be your equal partner. We do not want to take over you. We do not want to be the head over you because we have an opinion and a strong opinion, right? We want to be your equal partner in life and love and growing this thing together. So we're not trying to take over. We're not trying to be the man, right? We're trying to be the woman. But also an equal, and as being the woman, we want to be your equal partner in this thing called life that can be rough sometimes. We want to support you. We want your support emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, sexually. Right? So my plea is, men, we need you. We do. We need you in our homes. We need you faithful. We need you emotionally healed. We need you mentally healed. It's okay. It's okay to cry. I know men were taught that don't cry, don't show emotions, but we need to see that you're human. We need to see your vulnerability because then it allows us to feel safe and can be vulnerable. We both can be vulnerable. Then we can both love each other and build something together. So men, we need you. And we are sorry for hurting you. We're sorry for making you feel that we didn't need you. We're sorry for making you feel that we wanted to run Trump over you because we make more money than you. Because none of that money means anything if you're not there with us, to love us, to cultivate us, to stimulate us mentally and physically and spiritually. I know there's a lot of men, because I talk to men, I know there's a lot of men struggling to find their place in the lives of women, these strong Black, African American, high-powered, career-powered, binge driving, home owning women. I know that you desire to be in a loving, caring relationship, that you're tired of running the streets. You're tired of all the women calling you, all these unkept gardens trying to pull at your time. And so I want to open it up to give free coaching sessions for my men to help you remove the blocks, to help you start the healing process, to help you to maneuver and cultivate women, to help understand what we mean when we say uh, we're independent. That doesn't mean that we want to be independent of you. That just means that I have something to bring to the table for you, to help you as well. It doesn't mean that I don't need you. It just means that, hey, I have something too to bring to the table and I'm ready to bring it to the table. That's all that means. It doesn't mean that we want to be alone, that we want to be by ourselves. It's just our way of saying that we need you without really saying we need you, but we do. And I want to offer for my men who are struggling to understand their woman. If you're in a relationship, if you're struggling to understand your woman, if you're wanting to date and just can't find that good woman, because men have trouble finding good women too. If you're wanting to get, to that next level in your life and you don't know what's blocking you, let's see if it's something in your relationships, in this reaping and sowing, and where you're spending your time, money, and energy that's not helping you get to the way. To where you want to be in life. I'd love to offer you free coaching session. After this, I'm going to drop my link to schedule an appointment with me. And that way, we can get the ball moving. We can get us together, because life life equals relationships and relationships equals life. And nobody wants to do life alone. And we need to focus our time, energy, and money in helping us being successful. So that's my talk for today. I am Marlena Cole. I am your dating and relationship coach for single African American women, helping them to attract, connect, and build healthy relationships. This has been Love at Lunch, where we're telling the men that we need you, that we're sorry for making you feel like we didn't need you, that we love you, and that we're ready for you. All right. I love to see some of you in my coaching session. Men, free, complimentary, help get you unstuck in life and love. All right, see you tomorrow for Love at Lunch. Be sure to share this. Be sure to like it, comment. Love you guys. Bye.